Hello students, today in our paper Organization Behavior with paper code BBAP 3305 we are going to cover topic of third unit, that is group shift and group think. I am Ragini Dikshit, working as Assistant Professor, School of Management, BBD University. Now, contents of this presentation are introduction, then we will do meaning of groupthink, then what are the various causes of groupthink, what are the various symptoms related to groupthink, how this groupthink can be prevented, that is prevention. Then meaning of group shift, what are the consequences of group shift, causes of group shift, and what's the difference between group shift and group think. Now, coming to the introduction, groupthink is a term first used in 1972 by social psychologist Irwin L. Janis that refers to a psychological phenomena in which people strive for consensus within a group. In many cases, people set aside their own personal beliefs or adopt the opinion of the rest of the group. That is, they set aside their own personal beliefs and they adopt the beliefs of the group to which they belong. Now, people who are opposed to the decisions or overriding opinion of the group as a whole, frequently they remain quiet, preferring to keep the peace rather than disrupt the uniformity of the crowd, or you can say group. Now, coming to the exact definition of the groupthink, it is a phenomena when a group of people get together and start to think collectively with one mind. They start thinking collectively with that as if they have one mind. The group is more concerned with maintaining unity than with objectivity, evaluating their situation, alternatives and options. That is, group is most concerned with for maintaining unity, and it does not concern about thinking objectively or thinking about the various situations, alternatives and options. The group as a whole tends to take irrational actions or overestimate their positions or moral rightness. Some examples of groupthink will help us to better understand this concept of groupthink. We can take the example, for example, a small country that is isolated from others and that is made up of people who want to believe that a country is a major world superpower. The country may eventually begin to think as a collective whole that they are more powerful than they are and make a fatal mistakes like going to war with a larger and more powerful nations. So people of country, they start thinking alike, that is corresponding to their group, to the group which they belong, that is the country they belong. All the people think similarly. Now, a group of people who very firmly believe in one particular limited political ideal and who only watch news that support their ideal and who only associate with people who agree with them. The group may come to hate and distrust people who disagree with them and may come to overestimate their power and influence. Then second type of example can be a group of people who believe in firmly believe in one political party and they watch news of that political party also, and those who do not conform with the norms or with the beliefs of these group people, they generally disagree with them or distrust those people. They generally start hating those people who disagree with them, and they come to overestimate their power and influence. Then a group of employees, for example, a group of employees at a company with a product that is quickly becoming outdated, who are unwilling to consider new alternatives to advance in the industry. The employees may collectively live in a world where they cannot understand why their product is not selling and may refuse to acknowledge the economic reality that they cannot survive without advancing. That is, this is a group of people who is not willing to consider new alternatives or advances in the country, and they believe that their product is the best. Now, coming to some real world examples of groupthink we can take. Groupthink is not just an isolated concept or an abstract philosophy. There are some very real examples of groupthink that can show how destructive it can be to accept the ideas of a group without questioning. For example, the collapse of Swiss Air. This was an airline. The airline was once so financially solvent that it was called the Flying Bank. However, they began to believe they were invulnerable, and as a result of failing to question poor decisions, nobody questions the poor decisions, the gross mismanagement, and finally, because of their belief that they are the best, finally the airline eventually went bankrupt. Now, another example of real world can be your Mark and Spencer retail store. For more than 100 years, Mark and Spencer was held on a pedestal as being one of the world's foremost retailers. However, in the 1990s, the company introduced a globalization strategy that sailed into groupthink territory. Leaders at the retail giant stuck doggedly to their traditional business plan despite increasing innovative competition. They carried on their traditional business plan without increasing their innovative competition, and because of which there was a lack of non-executive influence at board level, that is workers' participation was minimum at the board level. By 1999, Marks and Spencer shares had fallen by almost 50%. These are some real world examples of groupthink that demonstrate how people can lose sight of what is best for them when they all conform to the group's thought process and abandon their own critical reasoning skills. Then, coming to the causes of groupthink, there are several main causes of groupthink. These include group cohesiveness, your isolation, then group leadership, and decision making stress. Now, high level of cohesiveness, that is attractiveness towards one another and towards each group members. It decreases the amount of verbal dissension within a tight group due to interpersonal pressure to conform. The high level of cohesiveness also create a self-censorship and apparent anonymity within the group. Nobody wants to disclose what is going in their mind. They believe in self-censorship and apparent anonymity, that is, they are okay with all the decisions of the group. Normally, group dissension is necessary for good decision making because it introduces different perspective to the decision making process. In the absence of this disagreement, alternative choices for actions are never considered. Then comes the next cause of groupthink is isolation. Often in group situation, it is important that the decisions are being made or the actions are carried remain secret. So, in group situation, it is important that the decisions being made or the actions being carried remain secret. This requires that no outside opinions or thought be incorporated into the decision-making process. Frequently, groups reach resolutions and carry them out without conferring with any outside sources. That is, member of the groups, they themselves decide what is right or wrong. For them, they never take the experts' advice. One result of this extreme isolation is insulation from criticism. The absence of criticism may lead to illusions of group invulnerability and morality. Now, the another cause of groupthink can be where extremely rigid leadership is implemented within a group, such as occurs in the military group. Discussions are often tightly controlled. Then, any dissenting opinion tend to be suppressed through intimidation or be simply not allowing the dissenter to voice his objection because of strict leadership. If a leader in a group situation makes his opinion clear at the outside of the discussions, group members will on many occasions refrain from expressing any disagreement out of respect for the leader authority. Group members also don't come up with their ideas or don't speak up against the leader because of their respect to the leader. Then decisional stress. When a group is forced to make an important decision, each individual within the group often harbors a certain amount of insecurity. and often without being aware, members of a group will attempt to reduce this decisional stress through any possible means. And since this insecurity is lessened if the decision is made quickly and with little disagreement, the group can easily rationalize a decision within because there are the minimal amount of dissensions within the group. So they don't want to continue with this insecurity feeling, so they quickly come up to the decision. Then coming to the symptoms of groupthink. There are 8 identifiable symptoms that occurs in groups in which there is the presence of groupthink. These symptoms are interpersonal pressure. The first of these symptoms is referred to as interpersonal pressure. In group situations, the pressure to reach an unanimous decision is intense, and there is a direct pressure to conform. The interpersonal pressure to reach a consensus causes agreement to become more desirable than disagreement. In fact, aggressive efforts may be made in order to stifle the opinions of any members who may dissent or disagree, or whoever wants to give his or her opinion, he is suppressed just to get into one point, that is just to arrive at unanimous decision. Then is self-censorship. Self-censorship causes members of a group to refrain from confiding to other members their private doubts and uncertainties concerning the actions of their group. That is, nobody comes up with their ideas or with their doubts just because they want to maintain the dignity of the group. That is, whatever decision a group is taking, that is right for them. They want to agree with this point only. When members of a group censor their thoughts and opinions, the final resolutions made by the group may appear to be unanimous. When they remain quiet, it means that they are saying yes to a particular decision, that is, they are made by the group may appear to be unanimous, when in fact many of the members disagree with their group while they remain quiet, but it can be that they are not agreeing with the group decision, but they don't come up with their disagreement. Then comes the mind guard. A mind guard is a member of the group who, in an attempt to preserve the central group idea, omits any information which may cause doubts to arise within the group. A mind guard assumes the responsibility of sheltering the group members from any controversial information which may create a disruption in the overall group dynamics. That is, mind guard acts as a shelter for the group members from any controversial information that can cause questions in the group. If a mind guard receives any negative outside information, he does not relate it to the group. A mind guard also applies pressure to any dissenting members, ultimately forcing them into silence. If someone stand up for their disagreement, then this mind guards applies pressure and ask them to keep silent. To this end, the mind guard may employ a variety of different strategies to persuade the dissenter to change his opinion. While applying many strategies, he can persuade the decision of the dissenter or the person who is disagreeing with the group decision. Now, apparent unanimity of a group. When members of a group censor their own dissensions, the other group members observe what appears to be group unanimity. Even if many members in a group disagree with the action the group is taking, they may not make their objections known to other members, instead assuming that all other members are in acceptance of the situation. Then, the illusion of invulnerability. Members of a group in which no one voices their disagreement may have the perception that their group is performing well. They have this perception, or they have this illusion that group is performing well. In essence, group members believe that their group as a whole could not possibly perform sweeping errors in judgment. Members are extremely self-assured and confident in their group decision-making ability. The group thing gives them the illusion that they are very much confident in group decision making ability. Overconfidence in group decision making powers lead members to form an illusion of invulnerability, in which members believe they are invulnerable to any obstacles, allowing them to push aside clear and analytical thinking. That is, push aside the clear and analytical thinking, and they believe they can never be wrong in group decision making. Then, illusion of morality, in which members participating in the group decision making process tend to lose sight of the personal moral principles, rather believe in the overall morality of the group. Whatever group is following, what moral values group is following, it's okay. Despite of their own moral values, they follow the moral values what their group is following. That is, group that make huge errors in judgment tend to formulate incorrect judgments about the group's true intentions. Then, biased perceptions of the outgroup. Members of a tightly cohesive group tend to perceive any non-group member as outsiders. The resulting close-mindedness creates stereotyped images of the outsiders. That is, they don't belong to our group, that means they are outsiders, we should not interact with them. Ultimately, outsiders may often be perceived as dumb, evil, or even weak. Their abilities are discredited and underestimated. Now, coming to the last symptom, that is defective decision making strategies. More often than not, the decision reached in groupthink situations are usually incorrect ones. The poor decisions associated with groupthink situations are a result of defective decision making strategies. One common component of a defective strategy is the group's attachment to a limited set of alternatives which omit other more acceptable possible courses of action from the discussion. That is, they don't take the viewpoint of each and every member. So they lose the sight of various alternatives which are more acceptable or more possible courses of action. Then this results in a decision based on an incomplete review of the alternatives open to the group, and this will finally result in incomplete review of the alternatives which are available to the group. Another defective strategy employed in groupthink situation is the conscious omission of information which may reveal weaknesses in the plan. The group members consciously omit the information which is available to them. They don't question their group members. Instead, group members focus only on information which support their actions, creating an inaccurate appraisal of the situation and altering the perception of the group so that they lean more in favor of the currently agreed upon course of action. Defective decision-making strategies can ultimately induce the group to lose sight of the initial overall objective, since the group fails to fully incorporate all of the relevant data. Now, how this groupthink can be prevented? There are steps that groups can take to minimize this problem. First, leaders can give group members the opportunity to express their own ideas or argue against ideas they have already been proposed. They can argue if they don't agree with that particular idea which is being proposed by the other group members. Then breaking up members into smaller independent teams can also be helpful. Then initially the leaders of the group should avoid stating their opinions or preferences when assigning tasks. Give people time to come up with their own ideas first. Leaders should not dictate their ideas first. They should welcome the ideas of other people. Then they should come to the consensus. Then assign at least one individual to take the role of the devil's advocate. He should act as a devil advocate. That is, he is on the neither side. He is outsider, and he is going to oppose the opinion of the other group members. That is devil's advocate. Then discuss the group's ideas with an outsider member in order to get impartial opinions. Then encourage group members to remain critical. Don't discourage dissent or challenges to the prevailing opinion. That is, allow group members to criticize if they are not agreed with the decision of the other group members. Then before big decisions, leaders should hold a second chance meeting where members have the opportunity to express any remaining doubts. Now, coming up to this diagram, we can see these are the antecedents, or you can say the causes, various causes of things, and consensus seeking tendency finally leads to symptoms, or you can say group things, and because of this group thinking these errors are caused. That is member traits, that is causes can be related to your member traits, that is homogeneity of member, desire to avoid conflict, fear of criticism because of better cohesion of groups. Then structural fault of the organization can be lack of leader impartiality, no formal decision making process is followed by the organization. Then challenging situational context can be because of this group stress or external threats or recent failures, decision difficulty, and moral dilemmas leads to group think. And in this way what a group starts insufficiently becomes insufficiently creative. Then there is there is self censorship, nobody comes up with the new ideas or the doubts, nobody comes up with the doubts. Then there is belief in member superiority, collective rationalization coming to one point only. Then the outside are treated as stereotypes. Then illusion of certainty, that they are certain, they are well assured about their decision. Then pressures on dissenters or who disagree. Then errors can be insufficient recognition of objectives because of this group thing. There can be insufficient recognition of objective, poor information search, incomplete analysis of alternatives, failure to predict preferred choice, failure to re-examine rejected alternatives, selective biasness in processing information, then failure to recognize risk, failure to develop contingency or contingency plan. Finally, this will lead to bad choices and low probability of success. Now, coming to our next point, that is group shift. Group shift, it is a phenomena where individual decisions give way to exaggerated group decisions, often in a corporate or working environment. For example, when individuals say their opinions in a group setting while others have different opinion, they move to an extreme rather than keeping their normal level of conviction. That is, group shift refers to a condition where the position of an individual in the group changes to adopt a more extreme position due to the influence of the group. That is, group shift refers to a condition where the position of an individual in the group changes to adopt position of an individual in the group changes to adopt a more extreme position because of influence of the group. This denotes that the individual would adopt a riskier decision in his group, although in reality this is different to his initial position because he belongs to a particular group. So because of other group members to show them, or you can say because of the consequences of the group, he will take the more riskier or more extreme decisions. Social psychologists highlight this is mainly because the risk is shared in the group, and he is able to take this because according to social psychologists, because according to him this risk whichever he is taking, it will be shared by the other group members. When speaking of group shift, first we need to pay attention to various types of members in the group, and there are members who are conservative and also others who are aggressive. Now, what will be the consequences? In group shift, what happens is that the conservative members become even more conscious than before, while the aggressive becomes even more risk takers. This is why psychologists point out that group shift entails taking extreme position. Conservative becomes more conscious and aggressive becomes more risk takers. Also, studies on a group shift emphasize that it is a result of bonds that are being created within the group. Since it is a group, the pressure, anxiety and responsibility are diffused, allowing the members to behave in any manner that suits them. Also, it creates an environment for people to be influenced by others as well. That is, because he is not individually taking any decision, because he is taking the decision for the group. So if there is any pressure and anxiety or responsibility, it will be shared by other group members also. Then, group shift is basically a change in riskiness of a decision. This means that based on our individual decision, our risk decision was A. But after reviewing the group decision, which could be more toward conservatism or greater risk, we will ultimately change our decision based on the majority. That is, we can adopt the decision B. What appears to happen in group is that the discussion leads to a significant shift in a position of members towards a more extreme position in the direction in which they were already leaning before the discussion. Then what are the various causes of group shift? Group uses responsibility, you become more responsible towards group. A diffusion of responsibility throughout the group seems to give members of these groups a free rein to act they see fit. Then the emotional bonds that are created within the group serve to decrease an anxiety within the group, and the actual risk of the situation seems less. Then the social status in group is often associated with risk taking, leading people to avoid a low risk position. High risk takers are more confident and hence may pursue others to take greater risk. As people pay attention to possible action, they become more familiar and comfortable with it and hence perceives less risk. As groups get larger, trends in risk taking are amplified. Now, coming to the difference between groupthink and group shift. According to the definition, groupthink refers to a psychological phenomena in which members of a group make decisions based on the pressure that they get from the group. While in group shift refers to a condition where the position of individual in the group changes to adopt a more extreme position due to the influence of the group. That is, the group member or the individual adopts the more extreme position due to the influence of the group. Personal view. Personal view can be put aside in favor of the popular view. While in group shift, personal view becomes much stronger due to group influence. While the pressure is same, the group has an immense pressure on the individual. Similarly to groupthink, the group has an immense pressure on the individual. So this was all about groupthink and group shift. That is, what do we mean by groupthink, what are the causes, what are the symptoms, how this groupthink can be prevented, then what is group shift, what are the various consequences and causes of groupthink, and what is the difference between groupthink and group shift. Thank you, class.